Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Buffett and Beyond Research Saturday Market Recap Letter, March 9th, 2024. And remember, if you want to live on the beach like Jimmy Buffett once did, you've got to learn how to invest even better than Warren Buffett does now. And the market, wow, what a week. The indices hit new highs, but signals on the Dow are pointing down, and really, the market went nowhere over the past month when it comes to the S&P, which we're going to look at in a moment. Now, the Fed sounded like they are close to reducing interest rates as the 30-year mortgages are now below 7%. Good news for the housing market. In our weekly stock analysis, Abercrombie and Fitch are courting a new and younger market. I mean, who would have thought this? It seems to be working as this stock is up over 100% in the past year. And who would have thought that ANF could be successful at rebranding itself in such a big way? Wow, we're going to take a look at those numbers. And our ETF video, well, NVIDIA is up 81% this year alone until just yesterday. And our top ETFs are beating the S&P. And our ETF sector stars are beating their respective ETFs. Even being 30% hedged, we're doubling the performance of the S&P. Folks, this is a good strategy for you folks out there that like ETFs or like good stocks. It's not just the ETFs. They contain some very good stocks, especially in the housing industry, which we've been adding to our portfolio as we go along. All right, let's get into the S&P 500. And the top red line and the bottom red line are volatility bands. That center line is the 20-day moving average right in there. Now, folks, look at this. In the past month, even more than the past month, we have gone nowhere, right around that 5,100 level. And of course, we reached that 5,100 level right in here, and then went below it, went above it, went below it, went above it, and now we're testing that 5,100 level. And the intermediate term indicator is flat in here. Now, let's go to a shorter look on the S&P 500. And what we're looking at is this indicator up here. You see it reached a lower high right in here, reached a lower high while the market reached a higher high. That's called a divergence. And if it falls anymore, then we have to consider this to be a short-term sell signals. So we're looking at that. But this green line, 20-day moving average, and you can see the S&P 500 has just been following that line right up until it reached this 5,100 level right in here. So we're testing that 5,100 level as we speak. And let's go to the QQQs. Now, this is the NASDAQ 100 stocks minus any financials. And here, yeah, we definitely got a short-term sell signal, but we want to see this line come down a little bit more. And Monday will be telling us a lot, and we're going to look at what's in store for us next week, which might influence this indicator very much. So we'll take a look at that. What is worrying us is that the QQQs went down, led by NVIDIA yesterday, and I'm talking about Friday, and it did it on very heavy volume. These red lines in here represent the volume on the down days, where the gray lines represent the volume on the up days. And you can see which side of the fence we're on here, because all we do is see a lot of red lines. And Friday, this red line meant the volume was very high as NVIDIA took a big hit. And I mean, the stock is still up huge for the past year and a half, folks, believe me. But yesterday it took a big hit as people were getting out of it. And this indicator down here, intermediate term indicator, is just slightly sloping down. Now let's take a look at the Dow, and we see the Dow rising up and then starting to fall. And folks, we're sitting right on that 20-day moving average. We couldn't be any more closer. We are sitting right on it. But down here, this intermediate term indicator has been weakening all the way since back here. So as the market has been going up over the past couple of months, well, all this year so far, has been going up, this indicator has been losing steam. So that means there's weakness in underneath the underlying the market as we're going along here. So this coming week is going to be a big week, folks. And let's look at what I'm talking about. On Monday, we get Oracle reporting earnings, and it seems like earnings season just keeps going on, and then the new earnings season will start in another month or so. But Tuesday, CPI, Consumer Price Index report. That's very, very important. And down here, Kohl's, well, we're talking more about retail, aren't we? Wednesday, Dollar Tree, and then on Thursday, Dollar General. So these dollar stores, which once were the favorites of the stock market, are going to come out and tell us what they want to do. Dollar General has fallen a lot during, and usually these stocks are recession-resistant stocks, and now all of a sudden they have fallen, especially Dollar General has fallen during the time when we thought it would at least hold its own, if not rise. And Dollar General has been really hit, and it's going to come out, and the old CEO of the company, I couldn't call him old, but the former CEO of the company is coming back in, and that gave a boost to Dollar General. So it's been coming off the bottom very, very nicely. The chart looks great on it. However, it's still way, way down. Now, back on Wednesday, Lennar reports, and folks, the housing industry, housing constructions are in vogue right now, especially with interest rates dropping and the 30-year mortgage coming below 7% on Friday. So Lennar is going to be very, very important back on Wednesday. And then, of course, on Thursday, we get Dick's, we get Adobe, we get Ulta. Let's see what those beauty supply places are doing, and we'll just see what is going on with the PPI report. So Thursday is going to be a crazy day, folks. You might want to take it off and just go to the beach and just close your eyes, leave your portfolio alone, because there's going to be a lot of movement. PPI, Producer Price Index. Why is that so very important? Because this is measuring the cost of what it takes to produce a product that eventually goes out to, back here, the consumers. So the PPI really is a big inflation gauge used by the Fed. So we want to see what the PPI comes out. If it comes out lower, that means inflation is under control, and who knows when the Fed might start reducing interest rates. So much depends on this PPI report on Thursday. So folks, that's the week in a nutshell, and it's a big week coming up. So portfolio protection, those of you who want portfolio protection all the time, here we are. And next week we're going to roll over this March 15th, and we'll go all the way out into June, because this is for about $135,000 portfolio. So we have 3 puts representing about almost $50,000 a piece in protection, about 10 to 12% below the market. And so we will roll out the March 15th, which expires next Friday. So that's the old options expiration, when everything kind of expired on the same, it was the 3rd Friday of the month, but now options are just expiring all over the place. But still, that's a pretty important day. So this is following the PPI report on Thursday, and then the puts expire, and a lot of options expire on the 15th, which is next Friday. So folks, that's what we're looking at. We'll roll this over during the week, and because the options are really pretty inexpensive right now, and this is insurance, this is disaster insurance, folks, for those of you who want to be protected all the time, about 10 to 12 to 15% maximum below the market. In case we get that unusual type of sell-off, at least we're protected down here at a minimal cost. And folks, we had a tumultuous week this week. I always wanted to say that. I've used it in the past. Tumultuous week. If you think we had a wild week this week, wait till next week, or wait till this coming week, and we're going to see this ocean, which we're calling Lake Atlantic right here because it's so calm, but the ocean may stay calm next week as we start getting into late spring and almost early summer. But folks, the market might not be this calm this coming week. It'll be up, it'll be down, but don't forget, it's going to be a good year. It's an election year. The politicians are all spending money. Everybody's spending money on advertising. and interest rates are coming down. So that's the important thing. That makes for a good economy, folks. So, okay, you go out, you have a good weekend, go for a walk, clear your head, because guess what? Monday, the market will be here, and folks, we'll be right here with you. So those of you who subscribe to our letter, get our daily letter. And folks, you go out, you have a safe weekend, be with the ones you love, be with your family, and folks, we'll see you next week.